What's going on, people? I hope everybody hear me nice and clear. This is going to be somewhat of a quick live. Let's get this going. Hold on one second. I was going to go upstairs, but I said, you know what? F that. F that. So let's take it there, man. Let's take it in. What's going on, people? Let's get on live. Let's get this going, man. I wasn't gonna even do this live, but hey, what the hell? I might as well do it. I'm up, I'm at 'em. What's going on? What's going on? Let's go. Yeah, man. Real quick, I wanna let me see if I'm on Facebook right now. Hold on one second. Let me see if I'm okay. I'm on live. I'm on live as well. But let me put this as my pin. Okay, guys. What's gonna happen here is that I want y'all to look at this what you call this live. Let me see how I sound as a matter of fact. Let me see how I sound, see if I'm, my voice is clear. Okay, it's good. It's good. Don't need to charge his phone. So we're going to talk about the press secretary for Donald Trump. She has to say and everything else. And I'm going to go for what I'm going to say. My little thing, my little thing on it to better for you to understand what's going on. But for the most part, you want to understand me. So I want you guys to listen to what I have to go on 1 second. I hope it don't be chopping up like it was doing before. I got to get a whole new set, to be honest with you guys, but we're going to make this work. We sure will. Come on, hold on 1 second. So we're going to look at this press secretary. She's going to get it going, and let's go. Hold on. Where we at? Right here. All right.
A lot of familiar faces in the room, a lot of new faces. And President Trump is back, and the golden age of America has most definitely begun. The Senate has already confirmed 5 of President Trump's exceptional cabinet nominees: Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. It is imperative that the Senate continues to confirm the remainder of the president's well-qualified nominees as quickly as possible. As you have seen during the past week, President Trump is hard at work fulfilling the promises that he made to the American people on the campaign trail. Since taking the oath of office, President Trump has taken more than 300 executive actions, secured nearly $1 trillion in U.S. investments, deported illegal alien rapists, gang members, and suspected terrorists from our homeland, and restored common sense to the federal government. I want to take a moment to go through some of these extraordinary actions. On day 1, President Trump declared a national emergency at our southern border to end the 4-year-long invasion of illegal aliens under the previous administration. Additionally, President Trump signed an executive order to end catch and release and finish construction of his effective border wall. By using every lever of his federal power, President Trump has sent a loud and clear message to the entire world. America will no longer tolerate illegal immigration, and this president expects that every nation on this planet will cooperate with the repatriation of their citizens. As proven by this weekend, when President Trump swiftly directed his team to issue harsh and effective sanctions and tariffs on the Colombian government, upon hearing they were denied a U.S. military aircraft full of their own citizens who were deported by this administration. Within hours, the Colombian government agreed to all of President Trump's demands, proving America is once again respected on the world stage. So, to foreign nationals who are thinking about trying to illegally enter the United States, think again. Under this president, you will be detained and you will be deported. Every day, Americans are safer because of the violent criminals that President Trump's administration is removing from our communities. On January 23rd, ICE New York arrested a Turkish national for entry without inspection who was a known or suspected terrorist. On January 23rd, ICE San Francisco arrested a citizen of Mexico unlawfully present in the United States who has been convicted of continuous sexual abuse of a child aged 14 years or younger. ICE St. Paul has arrested a citizen of Honduras who was convicted of fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor. ICE Buffalo arrested a citizen of Ecuador who has been convicted of rape. ICE Boston arrested a citizen of the Dominican Republic who has a criminal conviction for second-degree murder. This criminal was convicted of murder for beating his pregnant wife to death in front of her 5-year-old son. And ICE St. Paul also arrested a citizen of Mexico who was convicted of possessing pornographic material of a minor on a work computer. These are the heinous individuals that this administration is removing from American communities every single day, and to the brave state and local law enforcement officers, CBP, and ICE agents who are helping in the facilitation of this deportation operation, President Trump has your back, and he is grateful for your hard work. On the economic front, President Trump took immediate action to lower costs for families who are suffering from 4 long years of the Biden administration's destructive and inflationary policies. President Trump ordered the heads of all executive departments and agencies to help deliver emergency price relief to the American people, untangle our economy from Biden's regulatory constraints, and end the reckless war on American energy. President Trump also signed sweeping executive orders to end the weaponization of government and restore common sense to the federal bureaucracy. He directed all federal agencies to terminate illegal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs to help return America to a merit-based society. President Trump also signed an executive order declaring it is now the policy of the federal government that there are only 2 sexes, male and female. Sanity has been restored. Before I take your questions, I would like to point out to all of you once again have access to the most transparent and accessible president in American history. There has never been a president who communicates with the American people and the American press corps as openly and authentically as the 45th and now 47th president of the United States. This past week, President Trump has held multiple news conferences, gaggled on Air Force One multiple times, and sat down for a 2-part interview on Fox News, which aired last week. As Politico summed it up best, Trump is everywhere again. And that's because President Trump has a great story to tell about the legendary American revival that is well underway. And in keeping with this revolutionary media approach that President Trump deployed during the campaign, the Trump White House will speak to all media outlets and personalities, not just the legacy media who are seated in this room. Because according to recent polling from Gallup, Americans' trust in mass media has fallen to a record low. Millions of Americans, especially young people, have turned from traditional television outlets and newspapers to consume their news from podcasts, blogs, social media, and other independent outlets. It's essential to our team that we share President Trump's message everywhere and adapt this White House to the new media landscape in 2025. To do this, I'm excited to announce the following changes will be made to this historic James S. Brady briefing room, where Mr. Brady's legacy will endure. This White House believes strongly in the First Amendment, so it's why our team will work diligently to restore the press passes of the 440 journalists whose passes were wrongly revoked by the previous administration. We're also opening up this briefing room to new media voices who produce news-related content and whose outlet is not already represented by one of
this woman is way smarter than the last
independent journalists, podcasters,
secretary way
social media
smarter.
influencers
And it's
and
like
content
we're gonna have
creators
a whole lot of
to apply for
transparency
credentials to cover this
with this
White House. And you can apply now on our
administration as
new
well.
website,
Way
whitehouse.gov/new
more than what was going on
media.
with the Biden
Starting today,
administration.
this seat in the front of the room, which is usually occupied by the press secretary staff, will be called the new media seat. My team will review the applications and give credentials to new media applicants who meet our criteria and pass United States Secret Service requirements to enter the White House complex. So in light of these announcements, our first questions for today's briefing will go to these new media members whose outlets, despite being some of the most viewed news websites in the country, have not been given seats in this room. And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office from President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy. A statement from the President of the United States to start this briefing with some news. And with that, I will turn it over to questions. And we will begin with our new media members. Mike Allen from Axios, Matt Boyle from Breitbart. Mike, why don't you go ahead?
Thank you very much. John, does the president see anything fishy about DeepSeek, either its origins or its cost? And could China's ability to make these models quicker, cheaper, affect our thinking about expanding generation data centers?
Sure. The president was asked about DeepSeek last night on Air Force One when he gaggled for, I think, the third or fourth time throughout the weekend with members of the traveling press corps. The president said that he believes that this is a wake-up call to the American AI industry. The last administration sat on their hands and allowed China to rapidly develop this AI program. And so President Trump believes in restoring American AI dominance. And that's why he took very strong executive action this past week to sign executive orders to roll back some of the onerous regulations on the AI industry. And President Trump has also proudly appointed the first AI guy and crypto czar at this White House, David Sachs, whom I spoke with yesterday, very knowledgeable on this subject, and his team is here working every single day to ensure American AI dominance. As for the national security implications, I spoke with NSC this morning. They are looking into
I'm gonna show you guys some clips on. Sorry, I'm back. I'm gonna show you guys some clips on when she was doing battle with some of these propagandists. She got a couple of clips. It's a bunch of them, so bear with me. Let's look at this about what. Hold on 1 second. Let me see here. Get this going. Oh, nope, don't do that. All right. Okay, so she's talking about Caroline, what's her name? Leavitt, grilled on Trump stripping security from former officials amid Iran threats. We're gonna look at all this.
stripping security details for figures like John Bolton and Pompeo, Brian Hook. Senator Tom Cotton said that he's seen intelligence and the threat from Iran is real for anyone who played a role in Soleimani strike. He voiced concern it would just impact those individuals, but potentially their family, innocent bystanders, friends, anyone who's near them when they're out in public. Is the president open to reconsidering his decision? The president was asked to answer this yesterday, and he was firm in his decision, despite some of the comments that you had referenced. And he's made it very clear that he does not believe American taxpayers should fund security details for individuals who have served in the government for the rest of their lives. And there's nothing stopping these individuals that you mentioned from obtaining private security. That's where the president stands on it. I have no updates on that.
Is there any concern that this decision might jeopardize the administration's ability to hire the best advisors for these kinds of positions in the future?
No, in fact, I've talked to the presidential personnel office, who has told me directly that there is such an influx of resumes for this administration that it's incredibly overwhelming. There is no lack of talent for the Trump administration. Reagan Reed,
Did he take any responsibility if anything happened to these people? Would he feel at all that his decision was?
All right, let's get it. I'm feeling like this shit is going too fast. How do you guys listen hearing it? Are you is it going fast? Is it going fast over there? When I'm talking, what have you? Like this check this out real quick for me. Hold on one second. My apologies, guys. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm actually looking at it. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Briefing room now. I mean, it shares messages on every way. Let's check this out.
One on the freeze in federal funding. Who advised the president on the legality of telling government agencies that they don't have to spend money that was already appropriated by Congress?
well, as the OMB memo states, this is certainly within the confines of the law. So, White House
Is it
counsel's
going
office believes that
fast?
this is within the president's power to do it, and therefore he's doing it.
Okay, so they disagree with lawmakers who say that they don't have the power to freeze this funding.
Again, I would point you to the language in the memo that clearly states this is within the law.
And all that happened on Friday night. The administration fired several inspectors general without giving Congress the 30-day legally required notification that they were being fired. I think only 2 were left at DHS and the DOJ. And then yesterday we saw several prosecutors, I believe 12, fired from the Justice Department who worked on the investigations into the president. As you know, they are career prosecutors, therefore they are afforded civil service protections. How is the administration
I'm in this.
deciding which laws to follow and which ones to ignore?
So it is the belief of this
what's
White
up? What's going on, everybody?
House, the White House
Hold on a
House's
second.
office, that the president was
Hold on
within
a
his
second.
executive
What's
authority.
going on, everybody? Do you hear the speed? Do you hear the speed into how she's talking? On how she's talking, guys? Like, can you let me know? Is she speeding when she talks? Like, I don't know I'm over here trying to figure out why is it going so fast. So we're gonna do it again. Tell me.
To do that, he is the executive of the executive branch, and therefore he has the power to fire anyone within the executive branch that he wishes to. There's also a case that went before the Supreme Court in 2020, Scala Law LLC versus the Customs, Bureau of Protection. I would advise you to look at that case, and that's the legality that this White House has rested
So you're
on.
confident that if they bring lawsuits against you, the prosecutors who were fired, that they will succeed?
We will win in court.
And
Yes.
he personally directed this, given they worked on the classified documents investigation, the election interference investigation.
This was a memo that went out by the presidential personnel office, and the president is the
Too
leader of
much
this
transparency.
White House. So yes,
Something
yes,
that
Carolyn,
we
yes.
need to get in the Biden administration.
Right now,
So much transparency.
Senator Chuck Grassley is working across the aisle demanding President Trump provide more information as to why he fired 18.
Let's look at this.
Visas, but hold pro Hamas and please.
The president is open to deporting individuals who have broken our nation's immigration laws. So if they are here illegally, then certainly he is open to deporting them. And that's what this administration is hard at work at doing. We receive data from DHS and from ICE every single day. From what we hear on the ground, ICE agents are feeling incredibly empowered right now because they actually have a leader in this building who is supporting them in doing their
That's what she taught, guys.
jobs that they were hired to do, which is to detain, arrest, and deport illegal criminals who have invaded our nation's borders over the past 4 years. That's what the president is committed to seeing. Peter,
Very quickly, just following up on the question on immigration. First, President Trump, during the course of the campaign in 2024, said the following about illegal immigration. He said, they're going back home where they belong. When we start with the criminals, there are many, many criminals. NBC News has learned that ICE arrested 1,179 undocumented immigrants on Sunday. And nearly half of them, 566 of the migrants, appear to have no prior criminal record besides entering the country illegally. Is the president still focused exclusively, which is a civil crime, it's not criminal.
Federal crime.
So I'm asking, he said he was going to focus on those violent offenders first. So is violent offenders no longer the predicate for these people to be
The
deported?
president has said countless times on the campaign trail, I've been with him at the rallies, I know you've been there covering them too, Peter, that he is focused on launching the largest mass
hear this clearly.
deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national who illegally enters the United States of America, you are by definition a criminal. And so therefore you are subject to
Absolutely.
deportation.
I apologize for interrupting. So to be clear, violent criminals do not receive precedence in terms of the deportations taking
The
place.
president has also said two things can be true at the same time. We want to deport illegal criminals, illegal immigrants from this country, but the president has said that, of course, the illegal criminal drug dealers, the rapists, the murderers, the individuals who have committed heinous acts on the interior of our country and who have terrorized law-abiding American citizens, absolutely, those should be the priority of ICE, but that doesn't mean that the other illegal criminals who enter our nation's borders are off the table.
Understood. Let me ask you another question about the confusion that still exists across the country right now as it relates to the freeze or pause as it's described. President Trump, of course, ran one of the key policy items was that he was going to lower prices, lower the cost of everything from groceries, as he often said. But in many of the cases, it was
within a week.
that some of these moves could raise prices
The propaganda
for real Americans and everything from low-income heating, that program, child care programs. Well, nothing
propaganda.
that the president's doing here in terms of freezing these programs raise prices on ordinary Americans.
What particular actions are you referring to that would
For example, LHEAP right now, that's the low-income heating program, for example. We can talk about, there's no clarity, so I can refer to a lot of them. We don't know what they are specifically. Can you tell us that LHEAP, the MyHEAP, is not one of those affected?
So you're asking hypothetical based on programs that you can't even identify. What I can tell you
Just
is
be
that
clear, since you guys haven't
They can't even
let's do it together
identify.
just for Americans at home. Medicaid, is that affected?
I gave you a list of examples: Social Security, Medicare, welfare benefits, food stamps that will not be impacted by this federal pause. I can get you the full list after this briefing from the Office of Management and Budget. But I do want to address the cost cutting because that's certainly very important. And cutting the cost of living in this country. President Trump has taken historic action over the past week to do that. He actually signed a memorandum to deliver emergency price relief for American families, which took a number of actions. I can walk you through those. He also repealed many onerous Biden administration regulations. We know over the past 4 years, American households has been essentially taxed $55,000 in regulations from the previous administration. President Trump, with the swipe of his pen, rescinded those, which will ultimately put more money back in the pockets of the American people. So deregulation is a big deal. And then when it comes to energy, I mean, the president signed an executive order to declare a national energy emergency here at home, which is going to make America.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm going
The new Trump administration is back with a bang, and the regular press conferences are no different. Trump's press secretary.
Yo, we going. Trump ain't, again, guys. Trump ain't playing. And everything he promised he was going to do, he's doing it. A lot of you people that got this problem with the big government, and y'all need you guys need the big government, and I get it. I understand. I somewhat understand, but you have to understand that we have to regulate what's going on. What's going in and out this country. We have to do that. That's real leadership. You're talking about a man that's is a businessman, and he has businessmen around him. And you guys think this a bad thing because, again, you're so indoctrinated. It's Trump derangement. We get it. We get it. This is what you are. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do no real research. You just want to pander to the far left demonic Democrat fake journalism. But we get it. But we have to understand that if you don't want to give this man no time, whatever, to do what he need to do, That's what you do. You could do that. You know, we understand you far left Trump deranged people. We understand that. I know I'm saying it like you know, I probably have a problem with it, but I really don't have a problem with it because this is what you're gonna be. That you're never gonna change. It's like a 13-year-old girl or boy that gonna always want to do crazy things to be combative to their mother and father. I get it, but he's America first. Do you guys understand that Donald Trump and his administration are American first? Do you see what he's going to do with the IRS? Did you even see what he's going to do with them? Do you even understand what he's going to? Did you even see that story? What he's going to do with the IRS? I want you guys to look that up and see what he's specifically going to do with the IRS. He's holding everybody accountable for taking our taxes. The American people taxes. I know you guys don't want to accept it because again, it's Trump deranged. People that's not professionals, we can't do nothing about it. You have to see a psychiatrist. But when you really understand what's going on, when you grow up and figure out what's really going on, and we have a businessman that's going to try to, and he had business people around him, not just him, not Democrats and not these rhino Republicans. We have somebody that's not a politician. He's trying to change the country for you. And I'm hoping to God that he so far he's doing everything he said he was going to do. You guys can keep on promoting all the rhetoric, all the propaganda, all you want. Oh my God, he's taking government daddy away from me. But what you have to understand that the people that voted for him, more than half the United States, they know this because most people that vote for Donald Trump, actually high IQ voters, saying that, but that's the truth. We like, you know, this is who we are. We going to figure out who to vote for. We're going to know why we voted for this person. We're going to look at their history of what they done for the American people to keep the American people first instead of immigrants and people that don't care and this deep state people that hate America. He going to understand, he going to tell you what it's going to be about. And if you don't like it, again, we get it. We know the mindset that we know the mindset that you're trying to have. We know it. We get it. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to be mad about. Like I said before, we get the fact that you're Trump deranged and you literally need to figure out what's going on in your head. But anyway, this is going to be a quick live. I wanted to put this out. I hope you liked the video. You know, we out. We out. We gonna do this tomorrow, or we're gonna do this Thursday. When I have a haircut and everything and stuff like that, I have to trim up and everything, have the lighting a little bit better than what it is. But yeah, guys, I hope you had a good night. Hope you enjoyed this, you know, this quick video. And thanks for literally coming by. All right, peace.